So we gotta roll it. She has to get that tape rolling before I can beat the gavel. Okay.
Took us 6 months to get them. Are we rolling?
Yes.
Keep them doggies rolling. You gotta move that clock back a couple of minutes so
I guess we're close enough.
we get excited.
I'll officially call this meeting of the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to order for Tuesday, November 24th. Please join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So join me for a brief prayer. Lord, thank you for this opportunity to gather at this time, and under your infinite wisdom, may we do the best we can in serving the public of Seneca County. And as we embark upon the Thanksgiving holiday, may we all have a joyous and wonderful Thanksgiving and safe travels to all. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, roll call, please.
Commissioner Stacy?
Here.
Commissioner Zoller?
Here.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Here.
We'll have the signing of the journal, and I'll accept a motion to approve the DVD recording from the previous board session of Tuesday, November 17th, and the index of that meeting.
I make a motion, we approve it as outlined.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Approved. Thank
This is
you.
the journal.
That's the minutes. That's just the attachment, Stormwater gave us.
All right. At this time, any adjustments to the printed agenda that we need to make? Does anybody need to add anything?
I got a couple. New business, gas tank at the engineer's office. CCAO has a solar project, I wanna update you on that. And old business, the kiosk, the kiosk signs that we discussed earlier in the year.
At the courthouse?
Yeah, numerous, yeah.
Okay.
What was that, was CCAO?
Solar project,
So, okay. Okay. Nicole, anything? Mike, nothing?
No, I have nothing, no.
Okay. Beginning with old business, let's hit that kiosk so we don't forget it.
yeah. Remember discussing this, I think we were actually over in Fostoria at one of the meetings, and Judge Schuff was there, that we had talked about purchasing, going along with the city of Tiffin SIDAC for these kiosks that we were gonna put on various locations. We put in place $9,000 for 3 signs, and through that last year, we got a call from Klaus yesterday to get an update, and it's quite a bit higher than what we were originally told. They have not ordered it, and they have not done the designs or anything yet. They're $7,200 each.
And we had put 9,000 in place and we thought that
For
was
3.
3, right?
Oh,
Ooh. Oh,
Now, as I
yeah.
understand it, the one at the courthouse, we're not gonna pay for.
Correct, city of Tiffin paid
But
for
the
that
3
one.
in the other parking lots, we are going to pay for.
That's what we agreed to at $9,000.
So we're 21,600, is that what?
Yes.
7,200?
Yes,
So we're $21,600 as opposed to an estimate of 3,000 apiece?
yes.
It's more than double.
Yeah, so, give you time to think about it. They just called for an update. They thought we were waiting until last year, and we said, no, we actually put the money in place this year. We could go ahead and get them ordered. And Tanya had mentioned to them that, you know, they had mentioned an increase and wanted to know what that was. And they said that it was gonna be $7,200.
who gave us the estimate? I thought that wasn't the chamber?
SIDAC.
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 Yep.
Yeah, it was the downtown stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Can we?
I haven't talked to Amy yet.
Can we go back to them and say, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we probably need to do
Yeah,
that.
what's the difference here, what happened? I mean, that's not even close, I could see if it, you know, went up 10-15%, but this is triple,
Yep.
300%.
I will get in touch with Amy, have Tanya call Amy and see why it changed. And I don't know if the city of Tiffin's changed. I mean, they're obviously putting ours, or the one.
how many total are going up?
4 of them.
I don't know how many of the cities do.
Three on our
our parking lot.
our parking lots, the one on Courthouse Square, which was again the city.
But how many other
But how
ones
many
they were
others, I'm not
doing?
sure what the total was, I don't remember.
Oh, I don't think I have it in here either. I'll check, but I just wanted to give you a quick update on that, so if I have to bring it up again, you at least know. It's a lot more than what we anticipated.
Well, we got
so-
9,000 put aside.
Yep,
And according to that, we'd have to appropriate another 12,000 or thereabouts.
thereabouts, yeah.
Okay.
And
Let's-
I will, we can ask Amy, but I would assume then as well, if some reason we said, well, we did one, I'm not saying that's what we wanna do, we do one, I got a feeling then the cost of doing the others later could be even higher as an individual price because of, I don't know how many total they're buying.
They're doing them all
But
at
there's,
once, yeah.
or the installation of, or whatever, there's gonna be some expense that's probably gonna go up.
Yeah, there must be more of an explanation. than
Yeah,
that.
because ours, the communication got missed somewhere. We had put money aside for it, but they thought we were waiting until next year, so our order hasn't even been put in yet. So,
Could be a good thing.
could be,
We'll
So-
we'll have to find out more.
all right, I'll have Tanya call Amy.
Okay. Next thing under old business we have listed here is regional planning. And just a little bit of follow-up, we discussed a little bit last week. When we look at the responsibilities of what regional planning has for Seneca County, that includes the sewer district by a contract, administration of our CDBG, Community Development Block Grant Program, and the CHIP program, which is Community Housing Improvement Program. And with those things are the things that we have direct, regional planning has direct responsibility for with us. At this point in time, like I said, we've shared some concerns. I think we're at a position when that board reconvenes at some point in time, they'll probably have some questions for us, or we may need to bring some thought forward with that board. But I don't know that there's any action unless somebody else feels otherwise, as we discussed things last week. Wanted to bring that back up, because we did last week. Is there anything?
Yeah, I think we need to get the direction or see what the regional planning board wants to do before we decide where our piece of the puzzle comes. We're just part of the puzzle there, but I think we need to get direction from where that board wants to go.
Yeah. Okay. Clear. All right. Just since I didn't want to just leave that where we were. Next thing listed here, revolving loan fund update.
We had a meeting last week where we had an individual come down from the state of Ohio that outlined the specifics. If you recall, the revolving loan fund is something that the county's had, but it's a relatively inactive program, and it's a program where, based on certain criteria, that individuals that can't get conventional financing can come to the county and do some gap financing between, it's gotta be a combination of 5% of their money up to 40% of conventional financing, and then the county could come in and there's no limit on it. I was always under the impression it was 200,000 and that's all we had to play with, but if there are numerous requests that come in that fit the criteria, there's just a tremendous amount of things we could do. Where we stand at right now is, how do we promote this? How do we get this to the community so that they know those people that, certainly you deal with the banks, that maybe the people will come to and have good ideas, but they don't fit the criteria for conventional financing. Well, the banks can refer them to us, so that's one way. So we are exploring, and we set up a committee that will explore the marketing of the revolving loan fund. And we're trying to get a meeting together within the next 2 weeks. We sent an email out yesterday to try to get, we have a 4-member board that is just working on the marketing part of it. So this is up the direction of Commissioner Kirschner, and I think it's a great idea. It's a great program. We just got to get the message out there that it's out there so that people that want to use it can use it. It's got lower interest rates than what conventional financing does, but it's not 100% funded by the revolving loan fund. It's a combination, public money, private money, banks. So, we're moving forward.
So, just to be sure, there are additional funds available through the revolving loan fund if we had a pipeline?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's, I think, there's $3 million available for this, for worthwhile projects.
Okay.
So it's not what I thought. I was always under the impression we had 200,000 as a pool to work with, and we could, loan it and get it back, and then we can take the fees, the interest in it, we can use that to reinvest into marketing and so forth and so on. It's not that at all. There's a pool of $3 million.
Does the revolving loan fund individual give you any indication that if you don't use it in a certain period of time, you lose it?
They want to see activity on it, and yeah, that's would be a fair statement. They want to see activity on it. The more activity that you have on it, the more they're willing to give you. So that's why it's imperative that we get the message out to the community that there is this alternative financing program available.
Do we have to reestablish members of that board?
Yes, we do, and where do we stand with that, Nikki? Is that
I would think that if we had another meeting, I'd wanna make sure that the people that we appointed at the last meeting actually want to sit on the board. So once we get, if Bree or Roxanne can do a letter appointing those people with the terms that we had discussed at that first meeting, then we can get a resolution done for it.
Well, I applaud the efforts of you two working on getting that reorganized, as it's a valuable tool for some of our businesses out there to utilize. I know, I don't know if there'll be any great ideas out of there or not, but the Erie Basin group, rural community group that meets, I think you run that now, they also have a revolving loan fund and, have their parameters as we would have ours. And I know they have it, I don't know if it's a newsletter, if it's a section on their website or both, but they kind of outline, who's eligible, because theirs is based on, cities under a certain population size, different things, and what they do. The other thing that I think helps them the most in marketing, because that's how it got me ideas, when I was sitting there listening to them a couple years ago, I sat on that, was they would then have examples of, this is an individual they helped and what they did with the money. And
giving
then-
examples of the success stories?
Yeah.
Good idea.
But obviously you're not there yet with just getting it going, but, so, okay. Anything else with that?
No.
All right. Justice Center update?
I think we just had that as an ongoing, because all we're doing now is working on some dates for our next meetings, so.
Yeah, negotiations are ongoing.
Yeah.
Do we have all the players in place now?
Negotiations are happening with the architect and engineer, so that, not 100% confirmed yet, but we're negotiating that. And the goal is once get that through a step, then the efforts of planning a larger meeting with the CMR, the A&E, and the leadership team together so they can have the communications plan and other things can be worked through, because what happens at that meeting becomes part of their contracts. So that's where that's at. All right, anything else for old business, and if not, okay. New business, hit the ones we added, so we don't forget those. Gas tank from the engineer's office.
Yes, we have, the county has put in gas stations, or gas tanks, diesel and regular gas out to the engineer's garage outside for the use of county vehicles, SCAT, the School of Op, our squads use it, our fleet uses it. He's been piecing and parting it together because it's like 30 years old. I do not have a cost on the new one yet, so I couldn't bring that up, but at least wanted you to know what would be coming. We have reached out to some of the departments to see if they'd be willing to buy in, since they do use it as a convenience, because Mark wasn't, he doesn't really need it. He's got his own tanks inside his garage to use for his vehicles if he needs to. He doesn't necessarily need the one outside, so he doesn't want to purchase it, which he said it's gonna be quite expensive. Like I said, I don't have a price, but we did reach out to SCAT and School of Op and some other departments, see if they'd be interested in buying in, so the general fund didn't have to.
Well, here's a logical question. based on how much it might cost to fix it, how much are we really saving a gallon?
Not a lot.
Okay, so if we invest whatever the number is in the infrastructure for our own purposes, I know it's more convenient. It would take a long time to make up for that, as opposed to going to wherever you buy gas
Correct.
and pump it retail.
Yep. Yeah. It's just the convenience.
And Mark said you can get a fleet card, because there is, as a governmental entities, is it, I don't know if it's tax-free, what it is, whatever it is, but there is some benefit there. And that you can get a fleet card, because that's what the sheriff's office does.
Yep.
They fill their cars at,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
The
station.
sheriff doesn't even use this?
They don't use it, but they have cards, but then they probably have needs to maybe fill up, I don't know.
That would
But
even
they
be
don't
more,
use it.
I mean, if the state tax goes away, I'm not sure what that is a gallon, but it's significant.
Yeah, because, we don't pay it
Yeah,
now, fueling up with him, we don't pay it now.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we need to do a little bit of a cost analysis of, if it's $50,000 to get this thing back up and running, how long would it take us to recoup it based on the reduced percentage dollar amount we have of gas? And if it's, if it doesn't turn around in a couple of years, then it makes no sense to do.
Right, right.
I think that's what's Mark was kind of going at too.
Okay.
But I know there's a few departments that absolutely use it. School of, trying to get buses, I guess they get semis in those gas stations, so shouldn't
Right,
be-
yeah.
It shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, like I said, there is, obviously, proximity. If it wasn't the station on the corner there,
Right.
then they would be traveling further, but
So
there's
once
one real close.
he gets me that, I'll give you an update.
Okay.
The next one, the solar, I had been contacted by CCAO. They do our energy efficiency programs with gas and electric, and they're looking to branching out to solar. They have defined one location that may be eligible in our area for this, which would be the jail. They're asking if we would just want to participate in the process for an RFP. The CCAO will basically put it out for bid. We don't have to, if they get the bids back and whatever reason we don't want to proceed, we're not obligated. They just want to know if Seneca County would like to be included. They want to put solar panels out there to help save costs on the building. We've had people come in and recommend that before, and it just hasn't been, commissioners have been doubtful that that would be beneficial to us because of the upkeep on the solar panels, previous.
Well, it seems to me that we ought to at least participate in it. We can always make a decision that it makes absolutely no sense. We would need to do a cost analysis, see how long it takes us to get a return, all those kind of things, but
Yep.
I would be in favor of at least participating in it.
Yeah, can't hurt to participate.
Okay.
Kind of on that subject, it was 800,000, 900,000 that was spent for Palmer Energy when we did this whole energy efficiency thing. And we're supposed to be keeping track of kilowatt hours. Where does that stand at? Because again, we made the investment, they made all the adjustments, and you can't tell dollar-wise, you can never compare dollar-wise because costs always seem to go up. But and I realize that season's a little different, but we track this over a couple of years, and my goal is to see, was that 800,000 or 900,000 spent, did it reap benefit?
Right.
Or not, and so we need to make sure to stay diligent on tracking that, and hopefully we still are looking at the total energy consumption of the county
Yep.
in kilowatt hours. Can't
Tanya's
be dollars, because
preparing a kind of a report for you so you can understand where we're at. She's working on that for you.
would like to see that at least twice a year or
Yeah.
something, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let them know we'll participate.
Okay. All right, then continue with beginning with the bill vouchers, what's listed under new business.
Okay, I have bill vouchers, batch number 8857. I have an appropriation adjustment within the ambulance service fund, moving $30,375.70 from the replacement line to medical equipment. I have a resolution authorizing a fund advance from the general fund to the CHIP fund. in the amount of $4,975. And we did ask Roxanne to come over and help us explain that is in advance because of the draw. It hasn't been
Right, we
received
sent the draw
yet.
in to the state, and the state's gonna take longer than we would like for it to get back to us, and we need to pay the TBRA.
Okay. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriations for the Child Support Enforcement Fund, putting $5,000 into other expense. I have a resolution authorizing an appropriation adjustment within the Seneca County Sewer District Fund, moving $200 from equipment to other expense. I have an appropriation adjustment within the general fund, moving $6,500 from contract services to equipment, $2,000 from contract services to salaries, and $5,000 from contract services to salaries. This is at the request of the sheriff. I have an appropriation adjustment within the general fund, moving $750 from contract repairs to supplies, $1,000 from contract services to supplies, and $500 from travel to supplies, total $2,250. This is the request of Common Police 2. I have a supplement to the permit appropriation to the general fund, putting $9,932.95 into our transfers outline. I have a resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made to the EMS fund for $9,932.95. I have a resolution authorizing a fund transfer be made to the 2015 County Road 10, County Road 35, County Road 61 pavement project, moving $20,000 from contract projects to the paving line. A resolution amending the board's orders of November 17th, Journal 91, page 551, the appropriations to the ambulance service fund. Tanya needed to change the numbers around because one was equipment and apparently they have a separate line for medical equipment, so specific. Resolution authorizing approval of the maintenance assessments for the Blanchard River Stream Enhancement Project Maintenance Fund to be collected in 2017. $9 per parcel.
No, it should, maybe I printed off the wrong
Oh,
one. I'll print
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amounts are wrong. It says 18 in writing and it says $9 in a number.
I'll fix
Is it supposed to be the 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one that, we had that conference call on.
Oh, okay. And I have a resolution setting time, date, and place to receive sealed bids for the county services building roof replacement. That is scheduled to be received at 10:30 Tuesday, December 22nd at the Commissioner's office.
Merry Christmas.
And I have, let's see, a resolution to place I'm bad with
Sling wine.
Slingwine
Mhm.
Eberhard tile, Seneca County number 12-360, District 558 on permanent maintenance. Names.
Okay.
Pronounce those for me. That's all the resolutions I have.
All right. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve those amendments as discussed.
I'll second. That's the only discussion now.
Yeah, comments and concerns, what questions do we have? I have a couple.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we understand, and I think that I understand that by virtue of appropriating the money we did for the medical equipment, that our contingency for 2015 is pretty much washed out.
Correct.
Okay. So that's where the money's coming from, and that's where that
Yep.
goes.
Yep, out of our contingency
Hopefully we
line.
don't have any surprises in December, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hold it for 30 days, right?
Yeah.
I just want to verify and appreciate Roxanne coming over for the request of the fund advance for the CHIP program. And again, this is just part of the things that are covered under that housing improvement program. And again, it's just a matter of when the state sends the money down to you in order to pay the, whatever these particular items pay for, that kind of thing with them.
Correct.
Okay. And so you can't do the draw on the whole bunch right at the beginning of the year. You've got to do it based on when they certain segments of the project are complete, or the program are complete.
Yeah, and sometimes they require, most time now, they have required that we have a minimum of $5,000 before we even do a draw. Now, I think they're gonna be in the process of changing that, cause that ties our hands up. But that's been the policy in the past, so.
Okay, all right. And the other question I had was, well, yeah, you already answered that, was gonna be about the EMS fund, and you already addressed that, I circled it.
Okay.
Anything? All right, we have a motion and a second, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes, all approved, thank you. All right, this brings us to opportunity to have public comments. At this time, do we have anyone who wishes to address the board? Seeing none, any other business? Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second it.
The motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 10:25, we stand adjourned. Thank you.